Hi there guys, in this video I want to show you how you get a free copy of Elite and Dangerous. Now this offer runs between the 20th and 26th of November 2020. If you're watching the video after that point, the offer may no longer be valid. So I suggest getting a copy as soon as you can. So to do this, what you need to do is to head to the Epic Store. Now the address, you can see it is at the very top. Now if you head to that address, the Epic Store, go and click on the very top right here. It says Get Epic Games. Now once you do that, you'll get an installer. So basically go through that and install it. When it comes to the point of creating an account, if you haven't got Elite and Dangerous already, just use your normal email account as normal. If you are trying to make a secondary account, use a different email than your primary. The reason is you've got to link it later on. So if these emails match, it won't give you necessarily another copy. So just use a different email for that. If you, like me, or have already got Epic Store games and used it as your primary email, change it, because you can go actually into the account settings and change your email address. It will change it for about 3 months. You can't change it back, but it allows you at least to have a second copy. Anyway, once you've gone through the registration process and got it all set up, basically run the store or the launcher or so, whatever you want to call it, and you'll see once it loads up the default splash screen. So make sure you click on store here, and then once there, go down to Elite and Dangerous. Now the Epic Store do offer quite a lot of free games, so it's something to bear in mind. For this, we're only interested in Elite and Dangerous, so if we click on that, come on this right hand side and it will say something like purchase or something, but it will say free up here as well. If you click on that button, it'll come up with a page, so like place your order, and it'll say how much the game was, how much the discount is, and so forth. Just make sure the box underneath to share your details is not ticked. It's normally not ticked by default, but just make sure you haven't clicked on it by mistake, because I don't want to share my details with other people essentially. So just make sure that's unticked, and once done you should see it in your library. So if you click on the left hand side up here, you can see here these are all the free games I've got in the past. 2 of them came with the CPU, which was Outer Worlds and Borderlands 3, but the rest of it basically has come free off the Epic Store. Anyway, so once you've got Elite and Dangerous on your account, you'll probably see it goes to down. You'll have to download it and it'll start colouring it in. The Elite and Dangerous is around about 21 gigabytes to download, so for some that's quite a fair size. For others, obviously that's not much, depends on your internet connection. So anyway, once you've got it downloaded, all you need to do is click on it. What this will do will launch Frontiers Launcher, which is going to get a little bit confusing for some, and in here you'll need to make an account with Frontier. Now if you're trying to make a secondary account, this is where you want to create a new secondary account with Frontier, and like I said, I would make it the same email address as the Epic Store, so to stop confusion, because you'll get confused if you start using, and I'm not too sure if it'll link properly. So just use your other email address or your primary, whatever way you're doing it. And then once you've made the account, it should have a button down here, it says link, so you should click it and then it should link the email account to the Frontier account. I have tested, by the way, that once you do that, it doesn't mean that this account has actually got the game on it, if you know what I mean. The thing, because you can't use the old standard launcher without Epic to run the game without Epic, so you have to go through Epic's launcher to run the Epic version, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so once you've done that, all you need to do, you should basically click on play, and that should launch your new copy. Like I said, if you try and log in through your Epic version on the standard launcher, it will say you haven't got a Frontier Elite and Dangerous copy on that account. Maybe this might change in the future, but for the time being it just doesn't work. You have to go through Epic. So once it's loaded, you can see here this is basically a new account. Now what I'm planning to do is to create some tutorial videos to help explain how to start the game. I know there's quite a lot out there, but sometimes too many. Another tutorial isn't a bad thing. I see it as the opposite. Sometimes not enough tutorials is worse. So maybe there might be things people have glanced over and they just kind of expect you to know. So when you get other people's doing tutorials, it might help, and often you don't need much help with the end game content. People do need help with the kind of beginning and the intermediate content, and with this second account it allows me to do that finally, because like I said, I didn't want to wipe my save off on my primary because I've spent too much time on that, and this allows me to do that. So if we just exit that, so this is the kind of copy through Epic. So when that finishes, we'll go back to the Epic Store launcher. And what I wanted just to show you, so once we get that, I actually close Epic Store and come out of it completely. Now this is the launcher through Frontier. This is not using Epic at all, so this is my main account. Now if you try and log into that Epic Frontier's kind of email, it won't say you've got a copy on this version. You have to go through Epic. But if this is your primary one, which is through the Frontier Store directly when you've bought it, you should be able to click on that and go straight in. I guess the same thing is going to be true of the Steam version as well. So if you launch it through Steam, then I guess you're going to have to keep going through that way. I'm not 100% sure on that one because I don't know myself. So you can see, hopefully now, this is my primary account and I've still got all my money and all my ships and stuff like that. So now I can actually have a secondary account finally. I highly suggest you take it up on the offer because it is free. Why not? If you haven't played Elite and Dangerous, I suggest a well worth check out. I mean, what do you have to lose? Nothing really, because it's free. If you want a secondary account, it's just ideal. The only thing you have to do is go through the Epic Store, like I said, but why not? Anyway guys, if you have any comments or suggestions, post them below. There may be something I missed or didn't explain very well, so somebody else might have that question, and if you ask it below, somebody else might have answered it for you. So sometimes it's good to have those comments down there. I do think that's a good idea. Anyway guys, I know it's been a long time since my last video. Basically I haven't had a lot to actually post. I don't tend to want to post videos for the sake of it, and also it's been a bit of hectic time just recently, as you kind of know. Anyway guys, I think that's it for this one. Take care and have fun out there.